In the bottom right side, we got ourselves a blue Terran player. He is fighting for nobody but himself. The one-man army. Micro Jackson. BYUN. His opponent in the red. Somebody that is, you know what, continuously just impressing me. Getting better and better as well in the red corner. The Terran pieces on the board. Dream. Dream also actually on the good guy gamer crew, isn't he? Yeah, that's right. Already forgot about this. From match number 1. I did mention it a couple of times. About 5 times. But, yeah. Nice to see people like this being picked up. Of course, Bravestar Gaming, a team that unfortunately had to disband. So, it's nice to see that it's being... Some of their players are being picked up by these other teams, right? Cool to see. Cool to see, indeed. Alright, little SCV coming across here. First initial contact between the two Terran races. BYUN will go for that quick command center here off of the one single gas. Should put him at a slight advantage here overall. As long as he doesn't take too much damage. It should be doable, right? As long as you have the micro, as long as you have the awareness of what's coming at you, you should be able to withstand anything and just cruise the rest of the game with a slight economic advantage. But it can be difficult. I mean, I say this quite often and then people just take damage and then they're behind again. And it's like, oh, alright, well, guess not this time around. But, yeah. I'll have to wait and see. Factory with a reactor right in front of it. Marine and a Reaper at the ramp. Alright. Proxy starports here. Quite interesting as well. Gotta wonder what he's planning to be doing with this. So just gonna ferry in Hellions into the main base, perhaps. That is looking like the most likely situation. It is going to be the medevac. Alright. Apologies. Okay, so. Let's see what will be happening here. There's the first initial bit of aggression here, of course, for Dream. There's the medevac as well, so he is aiming straight for the main base. I mean, is that the right call? It's hard to say at this moment in time. There's quite a couple of Hellions available here for BYUN as well, and he moves in with his SCVs. Not quite being able to get anything so far for Dream. With the Viking here, that's going to shut it down for the time being to gain access into the main base at least. May still be able to get some work done in the natural, but you know what, BYUN, yeah, actually overextending there a little bit, losing a lot of his units. Oh boy, taking another free shot right there, and now these SCVs are in trouble. They again have to be pulled. So far, not losing any of them. Again, I think one of them. There we go, now 2, 3, and that's about it. That is about it. So that's a very clean hold there for BYUN, considering everything. Not bad, not bad. Still ahead with a clean majority of workers. Dream has to start worrying a little bit here himself, I'd say. Investing a bit more money into the harassment and then... deciding that, you know what, if I don't do the damage I need to, I'm just going to be playing from behind, and that is kind of what's happening right now. Still a plan B, though, for the harassment style, with a Raven here moving towards the main base. The Hellions will get on top of the siege tank. Will they actually try to? Yes, they will. Not even targeting the siege tank. Very interesting. Just straight up going for the SCVs here. Alright, get 6. Maybe get 7. Should be able to get the 7th one, right? Oh, no. Being healed there. Auto turrets here on the other side. Actually, getting a good amount as well. We'll be able to get 5. Kind of tying that up. It keeps the Raven alive also. That is a big deal. That's a massive deal, actually. Banshee Cloak now here, being step 3 in this plan, it looks like. Dream still committing to the harassment. And we do know that there is a Raven and there is a Viking here. Actually, 2 Ravens available for BYUN at the moment. Let's see if he goes for more Vikings. Yes, he does, actually. Alright. Drop on the natural. That is quite a couple of Marines here. Immediately already a siege tank moving into position. As there is the Raven. Oh, interference matrix. That should be dealt with rather nicely. 6 workers still go down. But so should the Raven here. Dream at least managed to tie up the worker count here, right? And may even be able to get a little bit ahead here. Ah, okay. No, that Raven auto turret did not target down any type of SCVs right there. Coming back in again here with this medevac. A bit brave, perhaps, but... That's the Banshee. Yeah, Dream just not letting up at all. Is really trying his hard out to just keep this aggression going. Keep BYUN just on his tippy toes. It's getting rather ridiculous now, right? It's actually starting to turn into his favor. 33 army units available as well. Well, army supply here for Dream. So it's not even like he's trading inefficiently with his army either. He's doing okay. He really is. Just managed to get 22 worker kills later on at a point in time where I thought, you know what? Looks like he didn't manage to do any economic damage. And BYUN should be able to withstand anything else from this point onwards. More Banshee harassment again here. Endless. Absolutely endless. Alright. Finally, the starport's getting scouted out, so no longer more reinforcements will be coming in from here. Good luck onto the Raven there, but interference matrix saving the day. Good reaction there for BYUN. BYUN already has that 3rd base on location, though, of course. Dream gonna have to try and get his own in location. Already has one available, of course, but just kind of needs to fly it over there. He's also got a 2nd starport at home, by the way, so don't worry about him not being able to build any type of air presence. It does seem like that is growing rather at a simultaneous rate. Same goes for the ground forces here. A couple more siege tanks rather than Marines in favor for Dream, but it's the other way around. More Marines here for BYUN. So BYUN a bit more mobile, maybe able to move around a bit easier. Dream here. Bit more stuck with the movement and mobility of his siege tank. But then again, if he does manage to get a good location going, that is going to be more than enough to really hurt BYUN here with that siege tank advantage. Also a slight upgrade advantage here for BYUN, right? Being able to get himself the +2/+2, while the +1/+1 is about, like, well, almost done, I want to say, but then again, still a little bit off as well, right? So, but still 1/4 on the way. Half of a half. Okay, 2 scouting marines there. I'm not sure what they're planning to do. BYUN getting aggressive. He cannot push into this, right? There's no way that's going to work. Okay, he's trying to find a different angle, a different approach. Nice anti-armor missiles here. The marines, yeah, they are just not going to be able to participate in this battle. And now the Banshee with the Viking superiority here for Dream. She will be able to just push these siege tanks back. So yeah, a horrible engagement there for BYUN. Really not finding any success there at all. Now losing some of those siege tanks. The Banshee does manage to get that picked off, but immediately again more marines walking into those siege tank lines there. BYUN has to reevaluate the situation here. Moves into a different location to the right side with another force. It's always a bit more difficult to make stuff like this happen in the TVT. Kind of the multi-pronged harassments and stuff. Really is about entrenched positions and positional play. It's not necessarily where BYUN is the most known for. Still doing a good job at it so far, right? Supply still looking pretty good. We'll be able to get on top of this command center as well, actually, and that should be a kill. Dream is gonna try to retaliate here now on this other base. Looks like BYUN already aware that that is a very likely situation and will be aiming to defend this. Oh, good stim for those marines. Will they get on top of the siege tanks before they siege? Gets a lot of them. It's like 3 of them. Kind of over. I thought for a moment he was gonna overstay his welcome, but really didn't actually. Taking a couple of shots there that were more than worth it. Still has a club, little marine club over here as well. Trying to figure out a way to punish Dream's 3rd base, but not quite being able to do so. Marines able to stim forwards, get rid of the siege tanks here. Small pack of the marines on the top side now, trying to intervene with the reinforcements. Intercept them along the way, but not quite doing it just quite yet. Triple medevac drop. Okay, so, I mean, overall, BYUN here, he managed to get a 4th base killed off, and he managed to keep his own 4th base secure, right? But, at the same time, Dream, as he was putting on that pressure, he made another 4th base, and now he's making a 5th base. So here, you know, that advantage already a little bit out of the window in a way, right? It's not going to be that advantageous to the maneuvers that he just made. Still a little bit up in the air. It's making a base on the low ground here, which could be kind of scary because, well, there's a big group of units coming in. But BYUN actually finding the opportunity first. There's a lot of SCVs actually going down. The command center here as well could be in a little bit of trouble. But now there's 4 siege tanks there. Alright, that is going to be enough to safeguard that. Straight into the main base we go then, is what BYUN says. The counterattack here for Dream going to try to make something happen as well. Upgrades are equal. The siege tanks helping out quite a bit here, and Dream gets pushed backwards. Not even being able to intercept that 4th base here in the production. It's kind of being held backwards, and now we have a very, very advantageous position here for BYUN with 30 plus workers. Actually, a bit less than 30 now workers in his favor, and with army supplies very, very similar. And he's going to have that +3/+3 sooner than Dream will. So if he really wants to, he can try to find an opportunity right here, right now, and perhaps do quite a bit. And that's exactly what he does, straight towards that base that he managed to interfere with before. Let's see, the siege tanks in siege position. He needs to get on top of those other siege tanks. Too much hit for Dream, though, to really make that happen. So a bit of a birthday present there, perhaps, being given out by BYUN, as Dream does hold his own here. Alright, 4 medevacs filled up. Again, moving with those sensor towers here, giving it away a little bit. Dream still has a significant force there as well. BYUN, you could fight this if you want to. There we go. Not entirely sure, of course, what the tail end of that force was going to be. BYUN here has struggling to get all his units out on the ground. They managed to do so right now, but already the siege tanks are here, so I suppose he got a little bit of damage. He's getting a good amount of siege tanks here also. Quite impressive. Bit of turmoil there for the production facilities as well, of course. Getting a reactor, maybe a barracks as well. As BYUN is looking for another opportunity here. It's quite a big army he's got. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. Not sure who is in favor here, actually. Oh, Sushi, thank you for that sub, my man. That is very much appreciated. Sushi coming on in. Awesome stuff. Anyway, looking forward to this next battle here. It looks like Dream actually is kind of handing over quite a bit of control of the air battle. Losing a lot of his Vikings. For a while now, BYUN decided to not really go for any type of air battle. He's just straight up for the siege tanks and the marines, and he's just like, alright, well, if you want to do an air battle, you'll be my guest. I'll just use scans, I'll just use stim to get forwards, positioning. Here we go, quite a lot of marines trying to combat the missile turret. There we go, also getting the marines. Is BYUN just overextending here, trying to finish off his opponents? That is the one thing that has me most worried. TVT, such a messy game. More Ravens on the way. This base, no way that's going to stay up. Dream could do a little bit of the same, though, of course, with overextending here. Looks like there is a planetary upgrade already with the ranged upgrade. So, planetary already doing quite a bit. Marines of BYUN running towards the natural. Still one more siege tank remain, though. Was enough to push him backwards. BYUN, not with everything here available to stop this drop happening. Okay, we'll finally be able to get enough together. Stop this from steamrolling further. And this is that air dominance, of course, coming in for Dream, being able to just slightly get his siege tanks further and further forwards. Have that vision that you need for this type of trading. We'll be able to keep that planetary alive for the time being. Just barely in. Oh my god, you're joking! Unsieging, picking up, dropping at the exact right time. My god, this man is good at micro. He's just absolutely stellar. That is ridiculous. Did you see that? Like, it's like, oh, right, interference matrix, unsiege. Alright, we're gonna get shot by siege tanks, pick up. Alright, we're gonna get shot by a Viking on the medevac, drop out. In like half a second time. Crazy stuff. Anyways, moving in here forwards again. Still quite a lot of siege tanks remaining, though. Does not look like BYUN has enough to break his opponent for the time being. We'll be able to get rid of the sensor tower, though. Might make it a bit easier to break the front later on. As more and more units are coming in, still spilling on through. BYUN has been able to get one extra base established here, of course, on the 3 o'clock. It's now fully in his possession. The 9 o'clock still in the open. Dream should be looking forward to trying to get that assembled in his red colors right here. Income advantage not as far apart as I thought it would be. Still a bit in favor there for BYUN overall, as BYUN actually, it's hard to say who's trading out more favorably, because BYUN, he's losing more minerals, but he's not really using his gas anyway, right? Mostly just building the marines for the time being, not making Vikings, no liberators, nothing like that. Okay, I guess he's making one liberator right now, but that's about it. That's all he's doing. All right, another drop here on the left side. Siege tanks for BYUN getting a bit beaten backwards, but the marines now for BYUN finding an opportunity, getting on top of those siege tanks, and now on top of the Vikings as well. The planetary still making life difficult, though. Vikings getting rid again of all those ravens. Marines here have to, I believe, backwards. BYUN finds another opportunity. This planetary fortress could very well go down. It really does quite quickly. And there it is. GG is called. Dream not finding any opportunities anymore. Just didn't have the stuff. GG. Alright, BYUN takes game number 1 after a very, very hard-fought battle. Getting himself the initial lead in this series. Second map will be, let me see actually, we have it. Submarine. Third map, Pillars of Gold. Fourth, Oxide. Followed with Lightshade, Gigantha, and Death Aura. In that order. BYUN finding a good bit of damage there. Establishing the first bit of dominance in this TVT. It did look like he was falling behind a little bit in the earlier parts, right? Losing a lot of workers. Continuous harassment there for Dreamer. Thought that was going to do it. With really good macro still behind it as well there for Dream. I honestly thought that was going to go into his favor, but in the end, BYUN just being a bit too good. Here we go. Game number 2. One point. 1 point for this man. Teamless. Blue Terran. BYUN. His opponent in the red. He is fighting for the gamers that do good gaming games. He is Dream. Alright. So Dream, what is he up to? Double gas once again, so is BYUN. Not gonna risk it with the quick command center this time around. Playing it safe, playing it cool. Maybe anticipating Dream to be a little bit more on top of the aggression in case there is that command center first again. Bit earlier, right? The first initial wave of aggression from Dream, not really achieving much, but then afterwards, oh my. What was it? 23, 22 workers going down? Crazy. Crazy amounts of damage, and BYUN still finding the victory there. Almost makes you wonder, like, why the hell would you not go for the command center first, BYUN, if you manage to still win it after losing 22-ish workers? While only killing like 2 or 3. You know? Makes you scratch your head a little bit. Reaper v Reaper battle. Going into favor for Dream here. BYUN has to back up. Second Reaper is on the way though. Could be good. Let's see. On the low ground here. Yeah, Dream not chasing. Playing it safe. Realizing he's on the territory of BYUN right now. So his reinforcement's going to be a little bit quicker. Didn't want to get blindsided there. Smart move not to overchase. Always a threat that could occur. Oh, this is awkward. This is very awkward. Both of the players actually circumnavigating this one pillar, or this bit of dead space in the middle. And now both of them are just going to hit up each other's bases. Alright, so who's going to be able to control this the best? And who's going to go down the quickest? So far, it looks like more damage is being dealt here by BYUN, but it is truly a... How do they say? Cluster effing. Bit easier of a time for Dream to defend back at home, it seems. More units going down here for BYUN. With 2 more Reapers that were created here, as well as a Cyclone. BYUN was going a bit more heavily the attack routes, going for the Banshee here, and that did slow him down quite a bit, and didn't have that much at home as Dreamed had in order to hold his own here. Now, of course, the Cyclone could still intercept that Banshee here, but perhaps the Banshee will be able to retaliate a little bit and equal out that worker count, because right now this is quite the significant advantage for Dream. 4 workers, 5 workers right now. May not seem like many as a number, but it really, really is. It is rather quite significant. Alright, coming in here, getting even more of these workers right now. Not sure if I like it, but you know, he is gonna have to hold his own base as well still. He's just gonna continue with the aggression even more so. Okay, no, he's dropping them away. It's like, alright, no, never mind. I'm gonna need this back at home, ain't I? It's probably right. That's probably right, Dream. Okay. Cyclone? Drop? No. Oh, wait. Is that matter of fact there just to provide vision for in case if the Banshee goes further out? I think it may be. 3 Cyclones here. What are they gonna target? Okay, getting a Mule and an SCV. Alright. Alright. Something. No third bases yet for either of these plays. Both playing it very, very safe. Oh, this could be rough. The Siege now on top of this. Okay, does lose 1 Cyclone. Just thinking about trying to lock onto that other Cyclone there, but yeah, I can't chase them down anyway, right? With that Siege tank on the high ground. Okay, gonna drop here coming out for Dream. And BYUN's just gonna set up defensively, right? Banshees, yeah, not having done anything here. It's kind of struggling. Is BYUN right now. There's the third base for Dream as well on the way. So he already has the economic advantage. Could start running away with it even further. Unless if BYUN is just planning to do a 2-base attack. Could be the case as well, of course. Interference matrix onto the medevac will not allow anything to escape anymore. But again, more workers do go down here. 5, 6. Ooh, there's still a Marine there. Targeting down 2 more because of the... bit of a lackluster response there for BYUN. Thinking he was done and then just... leaving one of those Marines behind. Alright, medevac gets back to safety. BYUN here moving through the middle. It's got a bit of an army supply lead, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough here because both of them do have the Ravens. Where's the Raven for Dream? Okay, so has a bit more energy than the Raven of BYUN here as well. And yeah, Dream of course already set up quite defensively. Very difficult place for BYUN to be. And I'm not sure how he's going to try and dig himself out of this hole. Third base, I mean, you don't have any other choice here, do you? I don't think so. Maybe even a 4th base, like, screw it. Just start taking risks, right? I mean, you're quite far behind in this game already. Why not just try and make a risk happen? in order to potentially get a comeback to go your way. Has to be extremely careful though. Needs to keep continuous tabs on his opponent's movements. So does Dream though, to be fair. I mean, BYUN still being relatively aggressive here. Finding a pretty good position onto this orbital. Should be able to get that siege tank there as well. And now the Marines are in a really good position. Alright, he's finding some actual damage here. 9 workers go down. Just kept moving back and forth until he found some actual damage here. The third base for BYUN, though, unfortunately for him, did find a bit of hurting himself as well. Alright, siege tanks for BYUN now finding the the civilian line. Civilian casualties, 26 right now. Viking available for Dream to push away that Raven right there, but first has to go after the Banshee. Another Banshee actually in a natural base. 31 workers. Are you kidding me, BYUN? How are you doing this? Suddenly getting everything to go his favor. This is ridiculous. He was attacking a supply depot there for a little bit, but 35 workers. Wow. Wow. And he's still ahead in army supply as well. That is quite something else. Just like that. Coming in, everything, guns a-blazing. And shuts this down. Could still be in trouble, of course, for the counter-attack. A base trade situation could, of course, still go badly for either of these players. As, you know, base trade situations are just the worst thing that can happen. One of the worst things that could happen. You're never quite so sure what will happen because of this. Alright. BYUN trying to set up shop on top of these add-ons over here. That's a good call. Could do a little bit of a scan there. Get the cannons to shoot. Is this siege tank still in position? Oh, a little bit too far to the right. SCVs are going to get pulled here as well. A lot of Marines actually deciding, no, never mind. That is not a fight we want to be taking right now. 13 workers just like that. Gone. Dusted. Dream striking back with a vengeance and finding a good opportunity here. Nice interference matrix. The Marines coming back around again. They realize they have to clean this up. More SCVs being pulled and more of them going down. Up in flames. As the siege tanks for Dream are still situated here. The Vikings getting rid of every single medevac. The siege tanks for BYUN still chilling on the high ground, but that's all they're getting done. That's all they're doing. They're not just shutting down an entire minimal line here. Oh no, more SCVs. That is abysmal. BYUN losing absolutely everything here. The drop from Dream bringing absolutely everything back into his favor. And GG is called. Dream ties up the series there. One drop to rule them all. Just when you think things were looking good for BYUN, Dream finds a position where suddenly BYUN just had no business to try and push himself in there. Maybe he was going to be able to do it with the first initial defensive wave. I thought he had a pretty good shot, but he did push backward. Well, he retreated backwards with his Marines and his SCVs, right? It's like, alright, never mind. Let me just wait till I have some siege tanks here of my own and then try to fix the situation that way, but couldn't quite make it work. Couldn't quite make it work. That's the scary part. If you don't have air control, of course, that is a very difficult situation to deal with, because then you can't push away the opposing team's Vikings. It becomes harder to, I don't know, with a Liberator or something like that, or even dropping Marines closer to the siege tanks, right? All becomes very difficult. Those SCVs were lemmings. I mean, they definitely weren't the brightest bunch, huh? Definitely were not the brightest bunch. They got shut down rather quickly. All right. Game number 3. Tit for tat so far. Are we going to game 7? We've had 2 game 5s so far. Grand total of 17 games today. That would be quite something, wouldn't it? We still got a bit of BYUN to go. A bit of dreaming about BYUN. BYUNing about dream. BYUNing about dream. Doesn't make sense. Just say it with enough conviction and it will get somewhere, I hope. In the bottom left side, we got a teamless Terran. He is in the blue. He's got himself a beautiful name as BYUN. His opponent in the red, the good guy gamers, gaming gone good. He is Dream. The good game gamers. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me. How is this a thing? How is this a thing? Alright. Well, time to get the popcorn, guys. We're about to get things very, very wild very quickly. I'm not even sure. Alright. Alright. I guess it comes down to micro. You know what? I don't even want to observe this. Who else is observing? Let's see. Enki, Inu. Alright, let's do Inu here. Inu, take it away. Take it away. This is too ridiculous for me. Both of them doing the double proxy racks. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna sit back, lean back in my chair right now. Kick up my feet, and this is gonna be well, I'm not quite sure what this is gonna be, but it will be brutal for some of them, for either of them, maybe for both of them, who knows. So yeah. Alright, of course you wait for that second Reaper so you don't walk into your opponent's first Reaper. Neither of these players have scouted each other either, so neither of them know at all what is going on. I mean, if they did, the first Reaper would have already ran straight into the base here, of course. Alright, there we go. Alright. Starting the fight. SCVs are going to have to be pulled. Who is going to be the victor here? I don't know. It's up in the air right now. Alright, BYUN doing an alright job, not getting surrounded so far. So it looks like the same thing is happening for Dream, though. Not letting his Reapers get surrounded either. More SCVs are going down more quickly for Dream here. Not sure if that's a sign or... What if they both kill all the workers and then just fly the orbitals into the corners? Wouldn't that just be a tie? I mean, you can't anymore... Huh. I guess it becomes a Reaper versus Reaper battle here, right? I have the same amount of Reapers. And then whoever gets the Reaper versus Reaper battle in their favor, they'll be able to land the command center, use a mule. And then... Alright. Sure, guys. Let's... Oh, God. They're flying across the map here. They're both flying across the map with their command centers. Oh, man. It makes sense in a way, right? Because, you know, if you try to fight your opponent when he has the high ground, you're most likely going to win the Reaper v Reaper battle. Because you still have to do the jump, so that's like at least 2 or 3 shots you get in on your opponent before they get to shoot you. So that's a big deal right here. It comes down to a lot of positioning. It comes down to the mines as well. Yeah. Quite the interesting one. 0 SCVs. BYUN gonna try to start mining here on the 6 o'clock, it looks like. Dream still flying his orbital across. There we go. 2 mules immediately. As his Reapers here. I mean, fighting at the blue base already would be a bit of an advantage here for BYUN, as the command center will be able to kind of... Oh, God, that did not go his way at all. He just walked into his own mine. BYUN actually losing the Reaper battle. GG is called. Dream takes the game. Was not expecting that to happen. BYUN just kind of waltzing straight over two mines there, even some of his own. Taking a lot of damage there. Unlucky. Unlucky. So, game number 3 here, going into Dream's favor. Alright. Alright. Fair enough. BYUN not quite being able to make that go successfully. Not quite being able to remedy the situation and get himself ahead with the Reaper Micro. Micro Jackson getting out-microed. Maybe just out-microing himself. That could be the case as well, right? You know? I'm sure that happened to Michael Jackson as well at some point, right? Where he was dancing so much and he thought like, oh, let me try this new dance move that I've never done before. And just kind of improvise it, and then he just outdanced himself. And just kind of fell and tripped over. I don't know. Must have happened at some point, right? Must have happened at some point. Alright, here we go. Game number 4. In the top right side, we got a blue Terran player fighting for nobody in particular. He is BYUN. His opponent in the red, bottom left side, the Terran from the Good Gaming Gamers. He is Dream. The Good Game Gamers. Good Game Gaming. Good Game Gaming. The gaming gone good by the gamer guys. Governments. Go get gamers gone good. Gamers gone good. Alright. Enough of that. Single gas so far for both these players. Quite a couple of minerals already in the bank. Both of them going to go for the quick command center here, perhaps. Would be quite something, right? Would be quite something. Going for the same build twice in a row here. Two opponents. I really do hope they're not sitting next to one another. Alright, so, yeah, BYUN there with the command center on the low ground, and there goes Dream as well. Alright, so kind of the opposite of what we saw the previous game. This is the build you want to run into when you do a proxy 2 racks. I guess both players kind of being like, alright, well, you just did the proxy 2 racks. No way you're going to do that again, are you? You're not just going to proxy 2 racks me twice in a row. That usually doesn't work, does it? So then they go for the builds that, you know, would be punished normally by proxy 2 racks. Which, it's a weird situation, isn't it? Because then it's like, alright, well, I guess you should have done it again. But then if they do and they fail that, it's just, you know, you'll be the laughing stock here. Entire laughing stock. Alright, what else are they doing? Factories, reactors, it's all the same. It's all the same. They're the same person. Same exact person. You come tell me different. There we go. Just mid-game, getting myself some candy. Candy. Oh. Oh, I love you, candy. Alright. There we go. Now I'm ready. Let's start the cast. Alright. What are we doing? StarCraft, okay. Well, let's get it on then, shall we? It's already started, oh, okay. It's the thing about TVT sometimes, guys. It gets a little bit bland in the mid or to early parts. Sometimes, because you know you can't kill your opponent. Right now, it's still a bit of a micro battle, I suppose. As soon as the siege tanks come out, that is when really, most likely, both these players are going to get quite heavily fortified, I would assume. And then it becomes difficult for these players to really get the ball rolling into their favor. Alright. What really transpired there? It's 4 dead Hellions for 1 SCV. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. BYUN trying to do the same thing, but kind of failing there. Who are we right now? Okay, Inu. Alright, let's trust Inu here. He's a well-experienced Terran player after all. He knows what to look at. One thing I'm noticing here for BYUN in these TVTs is that he is really not going heavily into the Ravens, right? It's a style that we see some players do. Maru comes to mind, Cure kind of comes to mind, where they get themselves a ton of Ravens. And then just disable every single siege tank. Cost a bit of money to do, but in the end, definitely helps out. Right. This is where the stalemate kind of starts to kick off into overdrive. Trench warfare, as they call it. Dig in deep. Hope you have written a letter home in the meanwhile, because we're in it for the long run. Unless if somebody just suddenly decides to get aggressive. I suppose trying to deny a third base here is still a possibility, right? That poor Marine. He had no idea what hit him. To be fair, I have no idea what hit him. It's a Cyclone, but what does a Cyclone even shoot, you know? Is it like a torpedo? Is it a missile? What is it, really? Alright. So Dream here. Kind of still posturing mostly defensively. BYUN did manage to get that third base going a lot earlier than his opponent, of course. Right, fights on both sides of the map here. Nicely done there by Dream, shutting down the retreat with auto turrets on the right side here. Very cool play right there. Well done indeed. Now, BYUN trying to intercept this as well, actually, coming in. No, sir, I will not let you do that for free. Couple of interference matrices, but it looks like Dream will be able to escape here relatively unharmed. Getting his units back on the ground. The siege tank's in a fairly good position. That's a good amount of Marines here as well. Alright, there's the Marines for BYUN though. BYUN not planning to take that base anytime soon anyway, I believe, so it should be okay for him. As BYUN is just kind of taken part by the siege tank count of his opponent here. He only has one of his own, and you know what, actually one in the natural as well. Good good disable there, but also a good counter move. Alright, Marines there, trading very efficiently against the Marines of Dream. So, I believe we could just see Marines being dropped on top of the siege tanks right now. Maybe Dream not quite realizing this, or BYUN not realizing that that is an opportunity to do so. Now checking in with this Viking, realizing, wait a moment. No, actually not realizing that. The siege tanks are unsieged, but... very weird interplay here between these two players. Let's see, the Viking now. Come on, Viking, just take a peek. You see that there's nothing there in the sky. You'll be able to just drop 2 medevacs and this is all dead. It's not going for it. It's just like, alright, let me slowly whittle it down with siege tanks here instead. Alright, that's fine. That is fine too. Dream now coming in with reinforcements. So time is ticking for the medevacs to really drop on top of this. Only 2 Marines there. BYUN moving to intercept though. Could find a good couple of siege tanks here. Still unsieged. Let's see what he targets. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Just coming in with a small cluster of Marines there. Moving forwards on the siege tanks and absolutely getting everything. What a catch. What a catch that is. That's very cool. Seeing like already just a small pack of the Marines moving forwards. The rest he just kind of lets tango with the other Marines, and then the other ones specifically moving forwards in order to get the siege tanks killed off right there. BYUN looking like he's in a really good spot here. +2/+2 is about to be completed here for Dream as well though, so that upgrade advantage is going to go out the window. The Marines straight for the jugular, coming in hot, coming in for the kill, and Dream a little bit upset there, it looks like. BYUN laughing as well. GG is called. It's game number 4. Alright. I'm quickly gonna go myself to take a quick pee. And then we'll be right back. Alright, see you soon. Oh, this is interesting. Guess we'll have to talk about this now, huh? Here I am, trying to make things interesting, and Armani ruins it all by going with a big pool of drones here, swelling through the front door. There is an adapt glaive attack here on the way, and it's not the best thing to do. Oh dear, oh boy. This may be a very, very quick 2-0 here in favor for Armani, guys. Yep, GG. Bit harder to force field here. Still doable though. Let's see how he manages to get them going this time around. Not too fantastic, unfortunately. Alright, trap. Needs to start being a bit more careful here, I would say. Colossus are on the way. There is the first one. Extended thermal lance still not quite completed yet though either. Liberator really zoning this Protoss army out rather nicely. Second one comes in as well. Gonna have to be quite a committed attack here from Trap if he does want to get rid of those. Zealot's gotta be oh so careful as well with those Widow Mines. Continuously just moving forwards. Slowly but surely. Okay, there's the second Colossi. The Robo was actually right on top of that third base, allowing him to get really quick reinforcements here. There we go. I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to go to the toilet real quick. That's why. That's why I left for a moment there. Peachy. Game number 5. Game number 5. It's looking good. For the people that want a game number 7, this is looking pretty promising. We're tied up in a world where two Terrans are colliding, one of them blue, one of them red. They clash in light shade. BYUN versus Dream. One of them being a wild man, one of them being a good guy, gamer guy. Gaming for good games as a gamer. As a gamer. Double gas. Both of them. SCV's going both ways. Neither of them want to get proxy 2 Rexed again, do they? I don't blame him. I do not blame him. I would not want to get proxy 2 Rexed either. At the same time, though, they do have the solid defensive builds here in order to avoid that from happening, or at least lethal damage from happening there. BYUN did lose his SCV here. The wall off for Dream did manage to entrap the SCV. BYUN deciding to deny the scout here for Dream, so Dream still has that SCV, but he is in the dark. Is it worth sacrificing one SCV to kind of get a better understanding of what your opponent is doing? I'd say yes. I'd say, yeah, sure. It's a pretty good thing, right? Information. Always worth getting. Now, did he get very valuable information overall? I mean, he knows the build of Dream. He knows that very likely what's happening as the next step here. And look at that. Now he finds himself into the main base here of Dream in time to ruin his day, as Dream is now moving backwards with his own Reapers and the Hellion here. He's losing quite a couple of those SCVs. Oh, only losing 2 so far. I thought he was going to lose more. I thought he was going to lose like 4 of them, but the Reapers there kind of started to target other things. And yeah, that is a bit of a bummer. Only getting 2 of them for the 2 Reapers. I don't think that's worth it. May take some damage himself right now because he just doesn't have the units at home to hold off against the bit bigger army here. Let's see. Oh, there's a Cyclone available. This look-on doesn't quite manage, though. Getting one Hellion quite low, but that's about it. Oh, lock-ons. More units going out here for both players. They're making units. Nice attempt at a trap there from Dream in the middle, in the bush, but... Oh, oh, hello! Ah, BYUN finding out Not quite being able to intercept that medevac now, but he will be able to just drop his units here. Has to get out of there as well, but managed to get 1 kill, right? A little bit of value. Better than no value, I would say. 2 Cyclones here. Still a very real threat overall. Luckily, the medevac is there to help against those lock-ons, of course. Medevac now going to an exposed mineral line here, perhaps. Do we have stim already available? No, we do not. Still has to be created here. So both players getting themselves a 3rd base before even getting stim pack right now. Just gonna sacrifice all these marines here, it looks like. Yeah. Alright, not bad. Ooh, he's gonna lose the medevac as well now. Trying to debate the lock-on, but yep, still loses it. Alright, so yeah, 3rd bases for both these players here coming up shortly, momentarily. Work accounts, army supply, all looking very, very similar. Liberator harassment could be the final. Well, it could be the final moment of that, of course. Suddenly, a lot of SCVs could go down. Doesn't look like that it will be the case. Only one of them, actually. Very clean pool away there for BYUN. But still, that's quite a lot of mining not being done right now, of course. Has to put the boys back onto their respective workstations. Oh, this could be a good catch. Actually, how did he miss the lock on there on the siege tank? I thought there was a lock on there, and then suddenly there wasn't anymore. Interesting. All right, Dream moving to intercept those two cyclones. Look at that, coming in from 3 angles here. That is, it's a bit overkill perhaps, but you know what? He will shut them down. Unless if he sends in the Hellions, they will not do it. All right, there we go. 3rd base is flying over at the same time here for both players. A little bit suspicious, perhaps, but you know what else? Dream already in a position here to try and hold off the mining here from this base. Stim forward, not going to be able to help out too much. The Viking control heavily into BYUN's favor here. But BYUN also losing SCVs because of the Liberator harassments. 3 of them gone down. That's about it, though. Viking? Okay, we're sending 1 Viking there. Okay. Doom drop time. There's a lot of Vikings there, though. Not sure if this is the plan. There's also a Raven. He's going for it. Okay, interference matrix from 2 of those medevacs. We'll be able to shut most of it down. 4 siege tanks, though. That is a very, very strong force all to be reckoned with. But is it just going to be able to get a couple of production facilities? I don't know. Okay, the siege up there for BYUN, just barely in range. There we go, the Vikings now on the ground as well as the Marines steamroll forward. A lot of SCVs going down here. And that definitely was worth it there for Dream, finding a lot of opportunities. I was not anticipating that to go so well with the Vikings and the Raven there, but man, Dream finding a very good trade overall. The resources lost tab also still actually quite heavily in his favor here. Dream truly showcasing that he is darn impressive in TVT right now. I mean, that Doom drop, probably not the most impressive move I've ever seen, but you know, it's still showing that he has the guts to just kind of go past all those Vikings right there, being like, you know what, I can see there's Vikings, there's a Raven, but this will still work out. Don't worry about it. That is quite impressive. Okay, gonna load up 2 medavacs. Only 2? What is happening here? There we go. Okay, he's a bit stubborn there, those medavacs. Scan immediately sees it as well, though, so... Let's see, Marines for BYUN trying to intercept here. Liberator for BYUN as well, trying to make a move on either side, actually. 2 Liberators. There we go, siege up. Oh, bit of a better position there, nice. Siege tanks here. 2 medavacs not quite being able to find their way in just yet. Liberators, 6 workers so far. Getting more as we speak. Some great micro here overall. Again here, multitasking for BYUN. It is famous after all. Liberator repositioning towards the 3rd. Oh, the drop getting in actually. A little bit deeper than I thought it would get in. But that's fine. That is fine. 14, 15 workers now have gone down here by the hands of BYUN. BYUN needs to be careful. The opportunity was found. Siege tanks all on their lonesome. Marines just dropping down from above. We'll be able to pick off 3 of those siege tanks right there. Clean way of dealing with those entrenched positions. Just destroy every siege tank with the medevac drops whenever there's nothing else nearby. Well done, well done. We keep going back and forth here. These players just not quite sure who is on top and who is on the bottom right now. TVT is a volatile matchup to be sure. It can go very quickly in either direction. Fourth base established here for Dream. BYUN gonna do the same, but a little bit later and in a different position there. Kind of expanding towards one another, which is interesting. Wonder if BYUN is doing this purposely. Oh, that's a big catch right there. The siege tanks have to be dropped again. Not gonna get away this time around. The medevacs neither. There we go, good cleanup right there. BYUN finding a massive amount of value. Even though his army supply is a little bit lower. Most of the army of Dream, of course, here on the other side of the map. Alright. Liberator this time around not finding too much. BYUN's still struggling. The upgrades as well gonna start to kick in here momentarily for both these players, but a bit sooner for Dream, of course. The poor spotter supply depot, not quite his lucky day. BYUN now moving for a very, very good position. Not quite so sure if he knows about the surround that he's finding himself in here. Getting a lot of the siege tanks, only taking a single volley. Okay, 2 volleys right there. There's the scan. Good amount of Marines on the backside as well. Got to be careful of that. Actually, a triple-pronged attack. Maybe even you could say from 4 sides, right? Coming in from all angles right now. BYUN in a lot of trouble. Gonna take as much damage as he dealt out the other time around on the other side of the map here. And as he's retreating on the top, he's moving in with another force here a little bit further to the bottom. Is that the right call? I don't know if it is, because this does leave open these 2 bases on the top side here. Quite heavily exposed, and he's bringing in his units. The 3-3 upgrades about to finish up here for Dream as well, making this an even harder fight to take. The SCVs for BYUN will be pulled, and in fact he actually moved backwards with his entire army as well from there. That was going towards the bottom initially. Now back on top again. We'll try to deal with this force. Gets rid of the siege tanks, but man, that was not a good moment there for BYUN. Taking a lot of economic hits with the 25 SCVs going down. And these bases for Dream, of course, still sitting pretty. Still doing good. Dream finding another opportunity here, perhaps with a medevac. No missile turrets there. The planetary fortress doesn't have the range upgrades. No, it doesn't, so always becomes a bit more difficult to deal with this type of stuff. As soon as Dream realizes if BYUN is overextending to the defense here. Oh, this could be good. This could be... Oh, nope. Just a little bit too quick with the siege up there. And oh, those Marines got punished. Body parts everywhere. And body parts for everyone. That is pretty much what happened there. BYUN needs to have the initial couple of siege tank shots here if he wants to take this victory. If he wants to win this battle right now. He has the shorter range reinforcements as well, so that is good. Finds a very tight corner there for that siege tank, but unfortunately the Vikings and everything coming in here for Dream. It looks like Dream will be able to start moving deeper and deeper into blue territory. But what is this? That is still quite the formidable force suddenly coming out here for BYUN. Needs to be careful. His Marines very clumped up here. Look at the spread. That is very important, but the target fire is pretty darn good as well. And that is all she wrote, I do believe. BYUN falling down with one hell of a fight, one hell of a battle, but losing this base right here now as well. Most likely with the base further to the top. That could be a death sentence here. That could be on its own already enough to really just stop any momentum for BYUN to potentially build up anymore. Siege tanks now next to the production facilities here. It's another good way to ensure victory. See if he manages to hold on to this location. If he does, that is it. Pretty much 100%. Marines coming in from the bottom. There it is. GG. Nothing there anymore. Dream takes game number 6. No, wait. Game number 5. Game number 5. We're going into game number 6. That's right. That's right. We're going into game number 6. Match point right now for full Dream. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna run away with the series right now? Or are we gonna be allowed another match point here? The ace match. Another final game between the players here. We had 2 series go to the best of 5. Maybe we'll get another series going to the game number 7. It would be quite something. Doesn't happen very often, but you know what? I'm ever so glad when it does. Because it's just, you know, more spectacular StarCraft here. And, you know what? We don't even have to pay them that, any more or less, right? That's the best part. You thought that was it? No, sir. There is still more to come. Potentially 2 more games ready to be played here. BYUN needs to win both of them, though. And Dream only needs to win a single one of them. So, a clear advantage here for Dream. Oh. Here we go. Actually, there we go. That's better. In the top right side, the blue teamless Terran. He is BYUN. Bottom left side, red Terran from Good Game Gaming. Dream. Alright. Looks like this one will be a little bit shorter, perhaps, than the previous one we saw. double Reaper could be a good opportunity here. Dream is going to go for the double gas opening though. Not going to go for the quick command center. So overall, Dream a little bit safer here. There's still a potential for this to kind of snowball out of control, of course, into BYUN's favor. But I do think this is very holdable here for Dream. Especially because he's coming in with the scouts here. He's going to see that there's nothing in the main base of BYUN. Will trigger him to start making a bunker here somewhere. Cancelling the reactor, that's a good call. Start making a bunker here perhaps. Or the supply depot, that's fine too. There we go. One Reaper on the way. He doesn't know that the other Reaper here for Dream was quite delayed because of that reactor first, of course. Could be enough here to let this slip out of Dream's control. There we go, the 2 Reapers here, quicker on the field than the single Reaper for Mr. Dream. The factory a little bit delayed as well, is significance. Well, actually, just a couple of milliseconds really, but still, it's something. Yeah, it definitely is something. Now, as if he's on the edge here, should be able to kind of negate the Reaper jumping up. But actually, no, the Reaper's very nice, clean micro here. Look at that. BYUN going absolutely wild once again. How are they still alive? Are you kidding me? That was ridiculous. Targeting the Reaper, targeting the Marine, just kind of wiggling his way through the SCVs. That was so clean. That was so incredibly clean. All right, now getting on top of these fighter units as well. Not, okay, there we go. Now finally losing one of his Reapers, but it's already dealt so much damage here. More and more SCVs are going down as more Reapers are jumping up here. I don't know how he's doing it. He's just going through, like phase shifting through the SCVs here almost. Getting another Marine. GG is called. We're tied up. Micro Jackson strikes again. 3-3. What a nutter. What a nutter. Game number 7 it is. Game number 7. Here we are. Welcome. Welcome, game number 7. Alright, this is absolutely ludicrous. Oh, these series do not tend to go this long usually, and it is a blast. Game number 5, game number 5, game number 7. If you buy a replay pack right now, that's going to be as much value as you can get. Three, 2, 1, off we go. Where they will take us, nobody knows. Well, it's Death Aura, but inside of the overall grandeur of the game, right? We don't know where they'll take us. Here we go. In the top left side of the map, there lives a blue Terran, whose micro is sometimes absolutely out of this world. Unthinkably good. He is BYUN. Bottom right side, his opponent for now going tit for tat, continuously maintaining the lead and then getting tied up again. Is this the point where that rhythm is going to be thrown off? He is, of course, the good gamers, gamers. He is Dream. The good gaming. Good gamers. They are a professional team. No second gas just quite yet for BYUN here. Already established for Dream. Looking very likely to be the quick expansion here for BYUN. How he knows he's not going to get 2 Rexed, I don't know. Pretty sure he's a mind reader. Alright. Factory behind this. Reaper and an SCV, just not meant to win the battle against the Reaper and a Marine here. Does get away there with the Reaper, that's a big deal. We'll be able to get his second Reaper together now. Getting a bit of damage onto that Marine, also kind of nice, right? It's going to take a while before that Marine really has anything to heal him. Gonna take a moment. Okay, with the Hellion here. Looks like that will be enough to push this backwards. Still be enough to be pushed backwards, right? The Reaper's still kind of low. Is it? Ooh, the Micro Dream is pretty good as well here. Another Hellion does come in, repairing the other one. There we go, finally finishing off one of the Reapers here. Is that the first kill? Yeah, it is. Actually, only both of these players being able to get one single Reaper. Banshee aggression coming out of BYUN here. I don't think that was scouted. Well, those units, there they are. Oh, it was that actually? Yeah, I think that was scouted there. You must have clicked on this, right? It's not a factory because that's already there, so... Yeah, it's actually the starport that was being built there. Alright, well, that, I suppose that could still be for Raven, right? More likely to be Raven rather than Banshees, right? That's usually not what you see in TPT, even though we've already seen it twice now. Once from either player. Ooh, this could be bad. Oh, BYUN, you magnificent son of a gun. Just like, alright, you want to drop units behind me? Alright, I'll just move forwards. How about that? Good luck trying to catch me. Alright, trying to get on top of the SCVs as well right now. Come on, one more shot. There we go, one more shot. Yes! Alright, gets the mules and 2 of the SCVs as well. Oh. Very quick, decisive pickup there. Oh, wait a moment. Not here. Not the place, not the time. Do we already have benches on the field? There is one, actually. That's now dealing damage in the mineral line here. It is almost dead, but it's still getting kills on those SCVs. Doing quite a lot, actually. Now, a second Banshee was available. It's also flying across the map, actually. Okay, this Banshee finally getting slain. The Cyclone there, apparently. This drop, quite exciting as well. Banshee number 2. Right, that became a bit too much. Became a bit too much for Dream to handle there. Losing the siege tanks. Well, the siege tank. Still have that Banshee going strong. Well, one of them. But yeah, BYUN definitely gaining the upper hand here. Not only did he have the more workers because of the quicker command center, he also has the more workers because he killed more workers of his opponents. So very, very good stuff there. Alright. Banshee, okay, still lives. What's here? It's just a Raven, okay, that's interesting. Running away from the Raven so far. Attempt at Raven harassment also there in the bottom side. Not quite finding what it wanted to. Beyond still that extra mining going on, of course. One benefit for Dream here is that he will have that command center on the low ground, and he's going to be the aggressor, so he kind of decides when and where the battles will take place. I always think the offensive player here has a bit of an advantage. The player that likes to get aggressive. Proactive instead of reactive, right? It's not a massive advantage, but you know what? It does allow you to do stuff like this, right? Denying that third base from just flying over and start making SCVs over there. Definitely worth it. Viking numbers for BYUN here, looking pretty juicy. Is he looking to take the fight in? Oh, okay, still moving backwards. Not moving those siege tanks of his forwards either, though. That is a bit surprising. Maybe anticipating Dream to try and commit here at some point. Dream not doing so at all. Oh, the Banshee came back around. Oh, missile turrets. Ah, okay, so only getting 3 kills there. Not bad, but for a Banshee, I don't know. At this stage of the game, yeah, I don't know. Dream definitely catching up here. Just because that third base now has been producing SCVs for a little bit. Still a siege tank behind. That should be able to deal with the drop there. And oh my, this is quite a committal. Dream moving forward. Does he know about the long line of siege tanks that is still waiting behind the other siege tanks right here? Alright, losing a lot of his own. He still doesn't quite have that air dominance. Now perhaps BYUN could be able to just kind of drop on top of these siege tanks. It's not something he does all that often, though. Almost seems like he's against the principally. Like, he just doesn't want to do it. He has his standards, you see. You don't drop another man's siege tanks if you don't want to get your own dropped as well. 6 Vikings here should be good, right, to shut down this medevac. As long as they see it, of course. They do not. Alright, quick reaction, though. So getting rid of most of the Marines inside. There we are. Only losing it, I believe. Actually, just a bit of HP on those SCVs there. So, nothing to worry about there. Upgrade advantage is going into favor for BYUN here, but Dream should be able to get that going pretty soon as well. That's the armory right now. Only a single siege tank here. This could be a good moment for BYUN actually. Suddenly here with a massive wave of Marines. The siege tanks, okay, now repositioning themselves a bit better to deal with a move like that. Army supply for BYUN actually, look at that. Almost double the amount of his opponents. Income advantage did go into Dream's favor here, but all this time BYUN had that income advantage, of course, and now he has the supply advantage as well. Just needs to make use of this. Needs to get himself into a good position to try and slice off a good portion of Dream's army. Perhaps put himself in a good position and force Dream to push into him. Make a big meat grinder-esque battle occur into his favor here right now. I mean, he has the numbers, but it's not the overwhelming numbers that it can just be moved straight into the base here. Alright, there we go. There goes BYUN. Setting up shop. There's a single missile turret there. He does not feel safe about it. Will be dropping elsewhere. Okay, it's just going to go straight for the siege tanks that are unsieged. Finding every single one of them. 4 siege tanks go down, and could that be the opportunity for BYUN here to start pushing forward? He's actually pushing backwards, so retreating, in fact, and Maybe trying to find a different area to push into. Alright, there we go. Another fight does occur. And this is going quite heavily into BYUN's favor. BYUN, is he doing it? There's not that much left. GG is called. BYUN being able to overtake his opponents. Dream not quite being able to put his siege tanks where they needed to be. GG.